Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be solving and graphing inequalities, and these ones are going to be multi-step. So that means you're going to have to do some adding and subtracting, and also some multiplying and dividing, but one after the other. I'm going to try to get through about 6 examples in this video. If it turns out too long, then I'll cut some out and put them in a different video. Let's get started with number 2. I'm going to go decently slow for the first one of each pair. And then for the second example of each pair, I'll go closer to my normal speed. (4x plus 5 is less than 37). We always want to start with what's adding or subtracting, just because it makes things easier in the end. So let's subtract this 5 to cancel it out. 37 minus 5 is 32. We copy the sign and we copy the 4x down. 4x is less than 32. That's 4 times x. To remove the 4, we need to divide it because division is the opposite of multiplication. So a 4 multiplying and a 4 dividing cancel out. We need to divide by 4 on this side also, and that'll give us that x is less than 32 over 4, which is 8. We're not done yet. We need to graph this. We draw a number line. We need to at least have the number 8 and a number that's smaller than 8 and a number that's larger than 8. Then we look at the symbol. The symbol says less than 8. It doesn't say I can be 8. So we can be close to 8 but not 8. Then we need to be smaller, so we're going to point to the left because those numbers are smaller on our number line. Let's do number 4. X divided by 3 minus 2 is less than equal to 1. Let's start with the adding and subtracting. Get that out of there by adding 2. Add 2. That's going to leave x over 3 is less than equal to 1 plus 2 makes 3. Then we have dividing by 3. We stop dividing by 3 by multiplying by 3 on both sides. Then we have x is less than or equal to 9. Let's graph it. We need the number 9. We need something smaller than 9, something bigger than 9. Then we can be the number 9, and we need to be x less than 9. So we're going to point to the left, the numbers that are smaller than it. Alright. In examples like this that have a big fraction, if it has a large fraction bar, the best step is to remove what's below that bar. The best first step is to multiply by whatever that is. 5 multiplying and 5 dividing, these two balance out. Then we have 2x minus 3 greater than or equal to 35. Now it's just like the last one, so we'll add 3. 2x is greater than or equal to 38. And then this 2, that's multiplying, so we stop multiplication with division. X is greater than or equal to half of 38, which is 19. So we need a number line with 19. Something smaller than 19, something larger than 19, and can we be 19? It says we can be equal to it, so yes, we can be 19, and then we need to be larger than it. Everything on this line is a solution to this inequality. So this is one way of writing the answer, and this is a second way of writing the answer and also showing people exactly what you mean. You mean you can't be 15, but you can be 19 and anything bigger than it. Let's do number 12. (5x plus 21 greater than or equal to 3x minus 18). Okay, so we're going to do two things at once. We need the x's on one side, and we need the numbers on the other side. So I'm going to balance out the x's right there. That's going to leave me with 2x on the left. And I'm going to balance out this number because I don't want that over there. And now I need to do negative 18 minus 21. Negative 18 minus 21. That would be a negative 39. Now we have this 2 times x. We're going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. X is greater than or equal to half of negative 39. Well, that's almost 20, but it's a little bit smaller than 20, so it's going to be a negative 19.5. And then we need to graph that. So we need a negative 19.5. We need a number line. We need something smaller like negative 20. Something larger like negative 18. And then we want the x's that can be negative 19.5. And we want the ones that are larger than it also. The larger ones are on the right side. Alright, 2 more examples. Number 14. This one's going to have the distribution property. But then after that, it's going to be fine. So we're going to multiply 3 times x and 3 times negative 4. Then we're going to multiply 5 times x and 5 times 4. Now we're going to do it just like on the last one. Oh, I just used green. Now let's use pink. Let's move these x's to the right. Get those ones out of there. And let's, if we want the x's on the right, then I want this 20 to be removed. So let's subtract 20, and negative 12 minus 20 is a negative 32. They're both negative, so they make a larger negative. Now we're on our last step. We have 2 times x. We stop that multiplication with division. So let's divide by 2 to get x is greater than or equal, just greater than. X is greater than negative 16. Now let's graph that. Negative 16, negative 17, negative 15. We can't be 16, so we're going to put a circle, an open dot, and then we want to be x's. The x's are on the larger side of this inequality. The smaller side is always on the smaller number. So the x's need to be larger than negative 16. So we need it to point to the right. The correct answers need to be larger than negative 16. Okay, let's do the last example. Since I did number 14 fast, I'll try to do this one a little slower. We're going to distribute first 4 times x, 4 times negative 1. Copy the sign and everything else. Now we want the x's on one side. I'm going to take these 4 from the right and subtract them. 3x, and I'll even do this part in 2 steps like you're used to doing. So we have 3x plus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 4. Let's subtract 8. (3x) is greater than or equal to negative 12. Let's divide by 3. X is greater than or equal to negative 12 divided by 3. Negative 12 divided by 3 is a negative 4. And then we just need to graph this. On this graph, we need to have negative 4, something larger than negative 4, something smaller than negative 4. we need a closed dot. We want to be the numbers that are x on the larger side of -4. So x is greater than -4, which means we're pointing to the right. We want to be positive numbers and a couple negative numbers. And that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section or send me a message. Have a good day.